My friend asked for cash, insulted my waiter job, then wanted manager status and a room at my place. He called me today because he's broke. He hasn't worked in a year, burned through his savings, and now his parents cut him off. I kept asking why he wouldn't take any job while he hunted for the one he wants. He has a computer science degree but never used it. He keeps turning down offers, not enough pay, not senior enough. He says he makes $20 a day trading Forex, but the math never adds up when he can't buy groceries. He still talks about the right opportunity like it's waiting outside his door. I work as a server at a nice restaurant. It's busy. I've offered to get him hired more times than I can count. My boss said he'd take him on full-time and teach him. Every time I bring it up, he shrugs it off. He says he has standards and didn't go to college to carry plates. I tell him work is work when rent is due. Today he asked to borrow money. I don't lend cash to friends or family. I told him he could start tomorrow. Come in with me, meet my boss, get trained, earn the same day. He stalled. I pressed. He finally said the quiet part out loud. He thinks being a server is low and people won't respect him. I'm proud of my work. I take care of guests, run a clean section, and pay my bills. I asked if he meant me too. He backpedaled and said I wasn't, just the job. Then he said nobody can respect a waiter in their 30s. That hit hard. I stayed calm. I told him respect comes from getting up and doing what needs to be done. He doubled down. He texted a list of so-called low jobs like street sweeper and cleaner and said it was a fact. I told him that was offensive and asked him to think about what he said. He said there was nothing to think about. I still tried to help. I said, look, the job is open. You can learn fast if you listen. My boss is fair. You'll have cash in your pocket the first week. He said he'd think about it. I hoped his pride would crack. It didn't. He called back with conditions. He said he'd accept the job only if he was manager from day one. He also wanted to move into my house so I could drive him to work because the bus from his place takes 35 minutes and that's over an hour a day lost. He went further and told me to move my younger daughter into the older one's room so the spare room would be his. He wanted a title, a free ride, and my home rearranged. I went quiet. I pictured him on our couch while I packed lunches. I pictured asking my boss to make a brand new server a manager. I pictured him at a table, not knowing the menu, trying to give orders. He has never bussed a table or closed a section. He doesn't know the menu, how to carry 4 plates, or clear a round in one pass. Yet he wanted keys and special treatment. I told him no. I said the offer was for a server job, and it was a good offer, and I was not changing my home for him. I said I would not ask my boss to hand him a title he hadn't earned. He argued that he deserved more because he has a degree. I said a degree is not a magic ticket. You still have to show up and learn. He said he knows how to run people. I said prove you can run a table. He raised his voice and said nobody with self-respect wipes tables in their 30s. I said mine comes from feeding my family and treating people well while I do it. My wife heard the last part from the kitchen. She looked at me and shook her head like, enough. She has watched me bring this man meals, rides, and chances. She has watched him say no every time. She whispered that I've done more than enough. I took a breath and said I won't lend him money, but I will set him up with training tomorrow if he wants the job. He said, only manager. I said, then there's nothing to talk about. He tried one more angle. He said I owed him because we're friends. He said real friends invest in each other. I said, real friends don't insult the work that keeps your lights on. He started ranking jobs again. I cut him off. I said, this isn't a debate. The offer stands as a server, and I won't talk about titles again. He told me I was small-minded. He told me to dream bigger. He said my daughters shouldn't look up to a waiter. My hands shook from holding back. I told him I was done being talked down to. I work hard. I'm good at it, and people respect me because I show up. I said he needed to stop looking down on people who work. He said he stands by everything he said. I said I'm setting a boundary. No more money talk. No more rescue plans. If you want a job, come tomorrow at 10. If not, don't call me to insult me. He started to argue again, so I ended the call. The phone went quiet in my hand. My wife asked if I was okay. I said I was tired. I stared at the screen for a second, then sent one last text so there was no confusion. I wrote that the server job is here if he wants it. Manager is not. No money or housing, and if he wants work, he should be there at 10. Now people are saying I'm petty for refusing the loan and ride. Am I wrong?